to our channel at We Are Ocampo. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe.
Also follow on Facebook and Instagram at We Are Ocampo.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching us in our transition. And yes, so this day actually marks the 3 months of my wife.
3 months of me being here. Happy new month. It's March 1st. We walk into this 3rd month with power and in the glory of the Lord. So it is the most time I have been in the Philippines.
The longest time.
The longest time, yes. It is the longest time I have been here.
By one day. Because she'd been here 2 months before, or 2.5, things like that. Yeah.
The longest to when I got married. But then we left in February, the last day of February. But anyway, so March 1st, like wow, I've made it to 3 months here, and how has it been so far? So far, I can say that it has been great. I have truly enjoyed being here, but it has its challenges, it has its benefits. It's just a mixture, a pool of everything. First and foremost, as you've seen, our whole vlogmas and everything, Philippines is full of social events.
Yay.
So there's just party
like
after party. I thought January parties will end, but no. I thought it was just the bar months, but yes, so party after party, birthday after birthday, event after event, like back to back. So social events are just a lot. Not for me. I in fact, the last week I kind of just declined all invites because I was like, wow, I'm at my max. Like, I'm extrovert, but I think I've had my social max. I'm maxed out. But yeah, so that's the beauty of the culture, which also makes it very family oriented, which I really love. We're always constantly with the family, as you've seen everywhere we go, and I'm with sisters, I'm with all of us, you know. The children are having just an abundance of cousins, and we truly love that. And so even with their cousins are really so smart. Like, those guys are geniuses. We're literally so glad that they get to be really challenged and get to be in the culture and just get it as a whole, understand who they are. They're understanding more of their Filipino side, which is the father side, which should be the strongest side. So we are happy. All right, for me, I would say I am truly missing home. I'm missing everything about home. I'm even just missing listening to hearing Kiswahili people just sitting in. Actually, I even went to Netflix to look for our Kenyan movies.
Did you find?
I did find.
Oh, really?
I found, like in a kid actress. Yeah, so I just watching it just to see even the scenes of Kenya. I'm like, wow.
Missing home.
So I'm missing home.
That's so sad.
Missing the food. Here it's very hard to be healthy because it's very expensive. Bananas expensive, apples expensive. One orange is 50 shillings. Like, by the time I eat an orange, I'm like, wow, that's 50 bob. What? Like, I'm still comparing prices with Kenya. It's hard not to compare because that's where I've been my whole married life. And anyway, so with another challenge I went through, racism, as I talked about in the last video. I was actually called negro, which means black in Filipino, and it just didn't sit right with me and all that, and I was denied service because of that. I should have blogged more about it, but well, it was just one incident, and I've been here for 3 months, so that clearly does not show the Filipino civilization, the Filipino culture as a whole, or the Filipinos. To me, they're loving, they're wonderful, they're friendly, but they're not exposed as much with black people. They are exposed to white people, but not black. So I think it's more of curiosity and all those. And so that's generally my experience. School-wise, coming
For the kids.
Not for the kids. I'm not going to speak for the kids. They'll have their own time. This is me as a parent. In the beginning, it was so hard. There were so many rules to keep up with. Still, I mentioned before, there's so many uniforms to keep up. I'm like, why don't we just have one uniform the whole, like
Actually,
in Kenya.
they have 3 uniforms. Right?
And then you don't know which days for which day, and then the snack schedule, and then there's do this, don't do this, and then I was having a hard time with Zuriel's homeroom teacher because there were so many instructions instructions that I had to take as a parent, and I am not used to so many instructions, you know.
I think CBC prepared you for that. When Kenya changed the curriculum from 844 curriculum to CBC, where parents were given a lot of
No,
instructions
CBC, you do the homework.
until they took them
This
to
one,
court to
the
change it.
instructions I do. It's not yet changed. I think CBC is still going on. Anyway, so it was hard for me as a parent, but now I think I'm doing great. Right, Mom Agnes. I'm doing great. I think. But at first, it was so hard for me to keep up. Even just how I'd address it, you know, I'd go to the school and just share my aggression, you know, like I'd do in Kenya. Like, whoa, that's not how we deal with things. Anyway, I also noticed I'm very I think I don't know if it's my personality, I don't know if it's my Kenyanhood, I don't know. Like, people find me very aggressive, like, step back, you're too much, a little too much. And so anyway, people are more solemn, Asians generally. Yeah, like
That's our culture. Like for example, if you're offered something, you have to refuse it for at least 3 times or 5 times. Like, do you want this food? Do you want to eat this food? No, thank you. No, just take this food. No, thank you. The third one, okay. You know, people
you know, I'm
don't
just
say
imagining if a
directly.
Nigerian married a Filipino,
Yeah.
you know.
They're strong.
I'm East
courageous
Africa. We're
personality.
not as strong as West Africa, right? My West African, like West African, oh, they're right there in your face. I'm just imagining, you know.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway.
we do have a lot of Nigerians here in the Philippines.
Yes, there's so many Nigerians.
Yes.
Nigerians are everywhere, aren't you? You guys, like your world population. And I can see that, you know, this time I came with the mindset that I am not going back home. And so I think that mindset has helped me as I go through challenges. I know that I have to face them. I'm not running away. I'm not going back. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm
But
not
still,
dealing
you
with it. Oh,
that's-
another thing is I'm not used to so many relationships to deal with. Like, you know, all my siblings are in America. I literally have only 2 in Kenya. So those are the 2 I would keep up with. Here, I'm keeping up with so many siblings and cousin siblings. I don't know who I'm offending, who I'm stepping on. I have no idea. Like, it's just so many relationships to keep up with. But anyway, it is beautiful. I think so far I am great. So far I am good. I believe so. If I am not, please
Yeah.
comment below. Like they would. Anyway, so
But
yeah.
even with that mindset, which is helping you, you still have that feeling of wanting to go home because you miss home. I can
You
relate to
should
that
surprise
feeling.
me on my birthday the ticket home. How many in favor of Reverend Saul surprising me the ticket back home?
But since now you know about it, the surprise is there's no surprise.
You could bring it closer instead of waiting for
Yeah,
October.
so I can relate that you want to go home. Just that food, that smell of proper food, your own
The
food. and
jokes.
The jokes.
Like here, there's so
Yeah,
many
that's
jokes, and you're just everybody's laughing, and you're like,
it.
what did they say? What did they say? What did they say?
Fun.
By the time they translate it, it's not funny, and
It's
you're
stale.
just.
It's already stale.
I'm
Stale
like,
milk.
si sahi mtu angenipatia mchongwano hivi kidogo nicheke.
Yeah. Even me, I miss Kenya because it's been my home for 8 years, so I can only imagine.
Hebu
their
niandikie
feeling.
mchongwano kwa comments nicheke. All right. That's so funny to think about.
It's good you entertain yourself with Kenyan jokes. Told by yourself and bought by yourself. This is how much you miss.
It's
she
because I
misses
had
home.
5 brothers and they really walinichongwa kunichongwa. I like the really
Funny guys.
yeah.
For me, I know I'm the Filipino in the Philippines, so I'm not pretending to be a foreigner. No, Philippines is nice. Of course, it's wonderful to be back home. But being away for 8 years, and then I already picked up some culture in Kenya, where one of the big things is people just greet. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're related or not. People just greet. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Hi. Like, it's rude not to greet even strangers. It's rude for you not to greet. So coming back here in the Philippines, which I was, for 8 years gone, I was already used to greeting people. So now I'm here, I'm still greeting people here, and every single one of them are like shocked and surprised that they're being greeted by me. They don't even know what to say. They don't reply. Yes, kababayan mga kababayan. Say, hello, good morning po. The initial reaction is a shock. Huh? Like, but mo ko binabate? Like, why are you greeting me? Then the most I can get is like, The reply is, good morning po. They not the nose. Tumata ko na lang. And minsan, sometimes, there were even like 3 groups of women who said, I said like, good afternoon po. It's not yet afternoon, it's still morning. At least be kind. I don't know why that is lost already with us Filipinos. And growing up, yeah, actually, I remember that you don't really greet strangers. For us,
How about helping strangers? 3 times I've asked help from strangers, and they
wait,
literally
before you finish,
and they
I'm not yet
literally
done.
wonder.
Talking about that greeting, I think it's more of the Filipinos being wary of con people, or if this person is a bad guy or what. But as a culture, I know we teach it in public school, but in practicality, like in practice, people find it so weird that you approach them. It's not even approaching, like just greeting on the streets, passing by, right? Of course, you don't seek out someone and say, hey, good afternoon, how are you? No, but I don't know why that is. Maybe there's a lot of scammers out there, and there are scammers, but it's something that maybe we can adapt again as Filipinos to greet just politely, people do greet if you're at a restaurant and you're eating there. The waiters will greet you, but you're a customer. I don't know why that is. So, yeah, that's an observation from my part. But of course, enjoying Philippines back again. I'm getting fat from all the Philippines.
Yes. How many believe Reverend has become
They
fat?
don't have to believe. They just have
Comment.
to see. Anyway, I've been enjoying
it is both of us,
binging on Filipino food, which I miss so much, and everything is easy now. I'm the one hearing Filipino language, whereas in Kenya I've missed it for so long. Yeah. So anyway, back to you. What were you saying about helping each other and helping strangers?
Helping strangers. Dear Philippines, please help strangers, especially when they look like a stranger. I'm like, there's no way I'm coming to corn you. I'm just asking for directions. Or there are several times, like, I really don't know how to load my phone, and sometimes I would buy for 7 days, and when it runs out 7 days, I don't know. And then Reverend has dropped me somewhere, or somebody told me stop calling him Reverend on the phone. Okay, my Lord has dropped me somewhere, and when I'm going to call, oh, you do not have Lord. I'm like, wow. So I go ask a stranger, can you please help me with your phone so I can call Asawako? And no. I'm like, wait, I'll give you the number, talk to him, just let him know I'm done, I'm standing outside waiting. That has happened to me 3 times. Every time I get a no. And one time I was on the street and I was asking for directions, like I was looking at Google Maps. I'm like, am I going here or am I going here? And so I went to ask some guy, can you please help me? And he literally went like this, like he had seen a ghost. I'm like, hey!
Sorry for that experience. Of course, as you said, it's not all of us Filipinos,
It is
but
not,
sorry for that.
I cannot generalize a society, but again, it has been wonderful, like experiencing the culture.
Maybe also people are just scared of con people using their phones.
I
and
don't look
numbers.
like a con. There are
Yeah,
people who look
but-
like cons, and there are people who don't.
That's the thing, con men don't look like con men.
No.
That's how they're able to con.
I look like I'm genuinely lost. Don't I look like I'm genuinely
How
lost?
do you act?
Like I'm black in the middle of yellow. Like you're genuinely lost. Like that's all you. Oh, this is a foreigner. Hi. By the time you're asking me where am I from? Where am I from? From my mother. Where are you from?
What are the things that you really appreciate about your stay in these 3 months? You can hear the birds there.
I know. I
Tagaytay,
appreciate Tagaytay. It's so beautiful. Like people come visit Tagaytay. I cannot emphasize more. Everything in Tagaytay is wonderful. From the local food to the local cuisine here is bulalo. That's what we are known for. That's what we are known for. I'm a Tagaytay resident.
Yeah, you're a resident now.
It's bulalo. Oh, so come some oxtail soup, that is. And just you saw the cow we did yesterday. That was fun.
Cooking you alive.
Yeah, being cooked alive.
You really. So it's really a big pan. Anyway, we'll watch that video.
Yeah, go watch it. I'm going to take my daughters there. So, and then there's so much to experience. Like even time is not on my side. I feel like yes, I'm here forever, but I want to experience everything. I've not yet even gone to the volcano, to the Taal Lakes. There's just so much to do here. It's so beautiful, and the weather is lovely. It's constantly spring. A little cold sometimes, but it's just Nairobi weather, so I do not have any when we came it was hot, but now so perfect. Like, look at this, it's so perfect. You can be in a jacket, you can be in light cloth, like it's perfect. Though I do wish I was in Manila more often because I love the big city, and Manila is
She loves cities.
I love cities,
And I'm always like, no!
Jungle of concrete, and Manila is the best jungle of concrete. I love Manila, and I enjoy Manila every time I go.
Metro Manila, right?
Metro Manila. No, the whole 16 cities of
Yeah.
Manila, you know, everything.
Yeah, that's
BGC.
Metro Manila.
I love BGC, I love Makati, I love Eastwood City, all those cities, lovely, like, wow, you know. And so it's just a beautiful place. And even I was just joking to him, you know, the government needs to pay me for advertise in Philippines, because so many people on my Instagram stories are like, you know, you've changed my mind. I really need to visit Philippines. It's so
Yay.
beautiful.
It's
so,
more fun in
so
the
yes,
Philippines.
it's really hashtag it's more fun in the Philippines. And it is really beautiful and lovely, and so much to do. We've not even begun on the islands, like we've not begun on the ships, like, oh wow, there's so much to explore, and so many things also to do in ministry wise that we'll be engaging there. I took a ministerial break so I can settle, clearly. So I think now we're settled. It took 3 months to settle. Even we've just finished. I think today we're buying the last item, right, for furnishing our house. And then we're done. Tick, that is done, you know. Anyway,
So, what are like some traits about Filipinos that you appreciate? If it's 5 or what list? Like, can you list down what are the things you appreciate most about Filipinos or here? Yeah, in the Philippines.
I love the way Filipinos love to sing. They really love to, everywhere. Everybody sings. Like, if you're a talented singer in Philippines, it's not a big deal. Everybody sings. Even when you watch Britain Got Talent or American Got Talent, the one when they say they're from Philippines, just be ready to hush. These guys can sing, so karaoke is everywhere. I love that. So for me as a singer, I just enjoy listening. I appreciate
Oh, really?
proper
I didn't know
music.
that.
I appreciate voices. You know, somebody will be singing, I'm like, wow, so lovely, so beautiful. Everybody singing, there's music everywhere. It's just a culture full of music. Secondly, I would say what else?
Nothing else. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's
Oh,
more.
I love the appreciation for beauty. Like, I never walk in Kenya and somebody tells me, oh, you're beautiful. Like, even if you are, nobody will tell you. Like, even our Miss Kenyans, I'm sure they walk around and they rarely get it. They'll get it and be like, oh, you're tall. Oh, you're dark. Like, they have to look for something outstanding. It's not just, oh, you're here, from the security guard to your doctor, it doesn't matter the profession. They'll appreciate beauty when they see it. They'll like, you're so beautiful. I'm like, oh wow, I'm so humbled. It's so humbling to walk here. I'm like, oh, thank you. Until my children are telling me, Mommy, we didn't know you're beautiful. I'm like, wow. Because now everywhere we go, they're like, your mom is beautiful. I'm like, thank you. That's just Taylor telling me, I didn't know how beautiful you are. Everyone is like, your mom, your mom, your mom. I'm like, it's because in Kenya, it's not appreciated. It doesn't matter who is. So, I'm not saying that I'm beautiful, but I'm just saying Filipinos take it a notch higher. Like, they take it a notch. Their appreciation is just like, wow, why is the security guard even noticing such a thing? A security guard in Kenya will tell you what, where, how, and welcome, madam. Madam, anyway.
So here you're feeling appreciated. Okay, what's the next trait?
feel
If there's
appreciated.
still more. I know there's a lot more, but what can you
There's
say?
a lot more, and this video has gone way over.
So on your 3rd month, and this is your longest stay, welcome to a longer stay here.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
Today, now she's her immigration status is a Filipino, a spouse of a Filipino. We didn't
Yeah.
know that the first 3 times we lived here.
I know,
we had
kept
to
on going to visa.
we had to apply for visa, going back to the immigration, quarantine, through all the process and expensive process. We didn't know that, but this one I really researched before we flew in, and it turns out if you are a spouse of a Filipino citizen, Balikbayan, the Filipino has been abroad for at least a year. When you come together, you have to fly in together. The immigration officer just gives you a Balikbayan visa for the whole family, everyone part of that family, for period of
I'm the
1
only one
year.
who's not a citizen. The rest are citizens.
Yeah, the rest are citizens. So yeah, she's even a Filipino citizen now, and not citizen. I mean,
Balikbayan.
Balikbayan. So
Balikbayan
yeah,
ako.
welcome. And
Salamat
yeah,
po,
you can
salamat
drive here.
immigration.
So she's a Filipina. Yeah, we love you, and sorry for the bad experience.
Yeah.
I know you
Every
want to
country,
go home.
by the way, I've noticed every country has racists. Even you in Kenya, Kenyans were calling him chinko and what that, and when he passing making fun of how Chinese speak. So that is racism in itself. So you've experienced in my country, I'm experiencing it in your country. It's just part of being in an interracial relationship that we need to educate the world. Be educated. But
So welcome to Philippines,
Thank you.
and I know you want to go home, and you
Yeah.
can visit.
I want to go home. I've reached a point where I'm like, okay, let's go home.
Go back to Kenya. But yeah, you're free anytime to go.
Every
and come
argument
in.
now is ending with, I can go back home.
Yeah, I know how it is to be homesick. Of course, missing your mom, your sister, your
I
brother, your
know.
nephews, nieces, your friends,
Yeah.
your ladies'
In
friends.
fact, when
your
we were
girlfriends.
doing that cow, I'm just like, wow, I miss my girlfriend so much right now. Kina Kalondu, could you need to find a kawa?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, on that homesick note, we end this video. Please do pray for her that her homesickness will not go away, but at least she'll still enjoy here.
I am enjoying. So, party after party. We have a party this whole March. This whole March, I was looking at our schedule like, wow, this is full of wild. Anyway, thank you so much. May God truly bless you. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.